Hey guys, Bella here, and I am now 2 months into taking Ozempic for weight loss. And in those 2 months, I have experienced a lot of ups and downs, and I've dealt with some side effects from the drug. I've also had some wins, and I'm starting to see some changes in my body that make it all worth it. In the past 2 months, I've lost 2.5 inches off of my waist. I've lost about 2 pounds overall and kept it off. My weight loss has been slow, but I can definitely see progress in other areas besides the scale, and I'm learning to eat in a way that I haven't felt like was possible for me in my entire life. I feel like food has taken up a major part of my brain, and it's just a relief to not feel that anymore and to feel like I finally can be in control of what I eat and make better decisions and eat less. And so I want to talk about the last 2 months and my experience. I had come to a point where I felt like I could not lose weight on my own. I was counting calories, working out, staying active, doing all the things that we know we're supposed to do to lose weight, and I just wasn't seeing progress. So Ozempic to me is kind of like my last ditch effort for weight loss. I was about 180 something pounds at 5 foot tall, so obviously I was morbidly obese, and I still have a long way to go, but I'm seeing changes really in my midsection, in my waist, and in my face. And just seeing those little changes add up, it really starts to boost my morale. I went to the gym today. I'm trying to go to the gym Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And, I do about 30 minutes to 35 minutes on the treadmill, walking uphill. And then I do the sauna for about 20 minutes. And overall, I'm just feeling better. I feel like I'm starting to look better. So I started out like most people on the 0.25 milligram dose, and then I did that for 4 weeks, and then I moved up to the 0.5 milligram dose for 4 weeks, and my doctor has recently put me on the 1 milligram dose. So I haven't taken that shot yet. I have to take that on Friday, and I am a little bit apprehensive to take 1 milligram because I feel like it's going to come with some side effects. I know that the appetite suppression will be worth it, but I do feel like it's going to be a little bit of an unpleasant sensation to move up the dose that much. But that is generally the progression. You'll be 1 month on one dose, another month on another dose. And if I find that the 1 milligram is too much, I'll just do 0.75. You can actually just count the clicks. If you're not sure how to do that, you can just look it up on YouTube. They have tons of videos about how to count clicks, but basically every time you turn this thing, you'll hear a clicking sound. Obviously, you need to listen to what your doctor says, but a lot of doctors will tell you that if 0.5 is not enough, but 1 is too much, to just take 0.75. So that may be something that I end up doing, but right now I think I'm just going to keep sticking with what my doctor tells me to do. So speaking of my doctor, I have been using Hello Alpha or Alpha Medical for the past 2 months worth of prescriptions, and this past month was the only time that I've had an issue with them. My appointment was on the 1st, and I didn't hear back from them until the 7th, and they are experiencing insane demand right now. They actually cut off any more weight loss patients because they couldn't keep up with demand. I think they'll eventually let more people come back into it, but right now they're only seeing their existing patients. So I had to wait 6 days for my prescription, so I almost ran out of medication with them, and I was not happy at all. So that is Alpha Medical. Now, the only thing about it is they already established a treatment plan for me, and the visits are only $35, so I really couldn't go anywhere else for cheaper. I was looking into Push Health and Plush Care. I know they sound really, really similar, but those are two that I was looking into, and ultimately I decided to just kind of wait it out. I messaged Alpha Medical support, and I was like, look, I'm going to run out of medication if you guys don't get back to me. I really need a solution. And finally they were like, what's your email associated with the account? And magically, I heard back from them after, I guess, putting them on blast on Facebook. Facebook is still good for something, I guess, but overall, I'm seeing a lot of people have issues with them, and I feel like, I can't in good faith really recommend that you go to them right now because they're taking so long, but at the same time, I don't think they're taking new patients anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But that was just kind of like the stress related to Ozempic this week, and I've noticed that when I get my receipt from the pharmacy, it says $1,091 is what the medication would have cost, but with my insurance, I'm paying $25. So without insurance, there is absolutely no way I could afford this medication. So at this point, I'm just taking it as long as I can take it, and I hope that it's going to continue to be available and covered by my insurance plan. So I've experienced what some doctors are calling the quiet effect, where food is not top of mind anymore. So my brain used to pretty much think about food constantly. I would think about my next meal. I would think about grocery shopping. I would think about going out to eat. I would think about things that my mom only cooks during Christmas. You get the idea that I just kind of thought about food a lot more than what I felt like a normal person was. And I was always confused about how people could like have a few bites of something and be satisfied with it, because I've just never felt that. And one of the things that I realized is that, since I've started taking this medication, I haven't had to deal with that anymore. I had a Halloween party not too long ago, and I had a ton of food, like massive spread of food, way too much food, and I just wasn't interested in it. I mean, I had a few different things, but I had really small portions, didn't finish any of the food on my plate. And I remember thinking back to in the past when I would go to like someone's party or an event, like a public event, I would have so much anxiety about food. I would think like, how much should I eat? Should I eat like as much as everyone else? Should I eat less? Are people going to look at what I eat? Can I possibly sneak some and eat some later? Or should I bring a plate home? There was all these feelings associated with food. And now I'm kind of like, I don't really think about food at all. I know one of the common questions in my household growing up was, what are we having for supper? And honestly, like, I really don't care anymore. Like, food just isn't as interesting to me. It's like food was almost sort of like a drug for me, and now food is just not having that same effect. And don't get me wrong, I still like food. I still like to eat sweets. I still like, a good burger, but I know in reality that if I eat that food, I'm gonna feel bad. I've kind of regulated myself to just having a couple of bites of something. We went out to eat the other night, and once again, I ate what I thought was a reasonable amount, and it was actually on the menu as a small plate. So I finished the food, and I told my partner I shouldn't have had the last 5 bites. I would probably feel fine, but those last 5 bites did me in. I came home, and I literally just laid there, and I was like feeling so awful. I had to eat a Tums, and I was just kind of like in the fetal position, and it wasn't a good place to be in. So with this medicine, if you eat poorly, you will feel poorly. And so with that feedback loop, you're sort of learning like, okay, these are the foods that are good for my body. These are the foods that are not good for my body. And obviously, I can't tell you what that is, but you'll figure it out very quickly. I've actually started putting about 30 to 40% less food on my plate, and I've also started using small plates. And I feel like maybe you might think, oh, that's like an oversimplification, but if you just use a smaller plate, like it really does just kind of, I don't know, it's just easier to cut your portion sizes down, and I also don't feel like I'm being as wasteful. At first, I was trying to still eat the amount that I had eaten before, and today I ate a certain food, and normally when I make this food, I eat 10 of this thing. So literally it comes in a box of 10. It's like a frozen thing, and I eat the whole box of 10. I got the box out and I put 5 in the air fryer, and I ate 4 of them, and I was like, I'm kind of full. So that just kind of tells you how much less food I'm eating. That's literally half of what I was eating. And mind you, this isn't like a 50-pound loss ago. I'm only, 2 pounds down, but it seems like my tolerance for food has really went down. So that's another reason why I'm not super focused on the weight, because I know that weight loss can be slow for things like this, but losing 2.5 inches off my waist was better than any weight loss so far that I've experienced, because I can just tell that my clothes are fitting better. And that fat that sits around your midsection is literally the worst kind of fat that you can have on your body. So having some of that kind of disappear really is a motivator to me. So I wanted to show you a progress video of kind of where I'm at right now. Obviously, I have a long way to go, but I'm starting to see like real changes in my physique. My stomach is sort of starting to shrink, and I can tell that all of the areas that usually cause me, stress and feeling bad are starting to shrink. So yeah, that is kind of what I'm looking like like right now. And it takes a lot to share yourself with the internet, because I get so many hate comments on these types of videos, and people get so mad about stuff, especially being on a medication for weight loss, because they're like, just go for a walk or eat less. So really misinformed comments that I get sometimes, but I feel like a lot of people are just, I don't know, maybe projecting or trolling or whatever you want to call it. If you're using this medicine to lose weight and you're not diabetic, I don't personally feel like you have anything to prove to anyone and you haven't done anything wrong, because ultimately we are on the path to become diabetic and to have heart issues and to have mobility issues if we continue to be overweight. So, I don't really see the issue with taking it. Some people are saying that it has caused shortages, but truly I believe that the shortages are something that you should blame on the manufacturer of the drug, not the people who are taking it and not the people who need it. Because personally, I am really not in good health for a 28-year-old woman, and I've done everything that I know to do. And so as long as this drug helps me, I'm going to continue taking it, and I don't personally think that there's anything wrong with that. So I wanted to kind of talk about a supplement that I take. I take this Align Digestive Gummy, and you can really pick any probiotic. This is just the one that I've been taking for the last month, and it's really been good for me. I haven't really had any major digestive issues. Seems like a lot of people who take Ozempic suffer from those kind of things. So, you might want to take something as a preventative measure if you're starting the drug, but this has worked really well for me. I mainly drink water. I'll have 2 cups of coffee a day, and sometimes I'll drink Diet Pepsi, but for the most part, I just try water all day long. I'll either have sparkling water or I'll have like cucumber water, and I feel like that's the best thing that you can do. Don't drink soda, don't drink sugary drinks like sodas or teas, because those are just empty calories, and it's going to spike your blood sugar and leave you feeling worse than you felt before. As far as what I'm eating, I eat like I normally did before, but I'm just eating a lot less. I'm counting calories. I use the Lose It app to count my calories, and the reason I'm doing that is just to kind of be mindful and keep on track of where I'm at. I'm really eating around 1,700 to 1,800 calories a day. Sometimes it drops as low as like 1,500, and I do think that when I go on this 1 milligram dose, I might cut the calories down a little bit more. Just depends on how my body feels, but I'm definitely not trying to rush anything, because I've lost weight quickly before, and I know that, if you do that, it's very likely that the weight will come back on, and that's not something that I want to happen, especially since I've gone through the process of yo-yo dieting. I know how to quickly lose weight, but what I haven't figured out is how to keep the weight off. I do feel like diet culture makes us feel like it's our fault that we're overweight, and personally, I know that it's not for lack of trying that I haven't lost this weight. I have put so much time and energy into losing weight. My whole life feels like it's been about weight loss in some way. So if you are in that boat and this medicine is helping you, please don't feel bad about it. And please just do something for yourself and take care of your health, because, we really don't want to have those issues later in life where we're dealing with mobility issues or not being able to get around or having to have surgeries or, having to become disabled because we can't get through the day. I don't want that to happen to me. I definitely want to make some changes when it comes to what I'm eating. I'm trying to cut back on sugar, and I'm trying to, kind of look at my food and look at the ingredients and make sure that I am eating real food as much as possible, that I'm not eating so much processed food. So that is my update for the last 2 months on Ozempic, and I realize at this point, everyone's journey is different. Everyone got to the weight that they're at in a very specific way. So we're also going to be losing weight in a specific way. And so if you don't progress as much as other people, don't feel bad about it. Don't worry about it. Ultimately, we all want to be on this medication to improve our health and improve our lives. And I don't think that, there's any one of us who has not tried to lose weight the normal way. So I hope that you enjoyed the video, guys. I really look forward to updating you about progress. And I hope that, going on to this 1 milligram dose won't be too rough when it comes to side effects. But again, I will share what I learn with you guys as I go. Thank you so much for watching the video. I will catch you in the next one.